All right, guys, I'd like to have another, what I think is an important discussion. And this affects, everybody that, has children, has nieces and nephews, is young themselves, maybe they're a grandparent. And I think, kids today are being conditioned to chronically believe that they are going to be chronically sick, depressed, obese without medication, so that they will require medications for the rest of their life. And there are evil people perpetuating this. There are companies that clearly profit upon this. Our government is, more or less in on it through, influence of our politicians. And so we're up against this enormous machine that is basically harming us for profit. Our kids are constantly exposed to messaging via social media, via movies, via cartoons, about all this stuff in general. Just eat the junk food. It's okay to be sick. It's okay to be on drugs. This is kind of normal. We shouldn't discriminate, or, it's okay to be those people, right? And yet, the biggest task as a parent or as a loved one of a child, whether it's, like I said, grandparent, whatever, is really to be an example. I mean, kids are going to do what you do, not do what you say. It's easy to say, hey, don't stop watching video games, put your phone down. But if you're doing the same thing all the time, they're going to mimic what you do. And it comes to diet and exercise. The best thing you can do is be an example for these children. And most of us aren't. Most of us are not. When our kids see us, stressed out and eating garbage in response to that, and sometimes, hey, little Sally, come sit on the couch with me and watch a movie. Let's eat a box of chocolates together because we're sad. I mean, that sort of messaging is what they learn and how they behave. And these behaviors that these kids learn at 9 years old, 10 years old, 14 years old, are what stays with them the rest of their life in many cases. This is where their adult patterns are laid down. So it is your responsibility as an adult to prevent this. And I know it's swimming upstream, but you've got to make that, like I said, you first got to make that change in your own life. You've got to get fit. You've got to get healthy. You've got to stop indulging in the garbage. There is some sacrifice, but what would you rather have? Put aside some junk food, or would you rather that your child, grows up depressed, on drugs, confused, doesn't know what the hell they think they're doing, suicidal, alcoholic, chronic disease? That is not what anyone else would wish upon our children, but indirectly we are causing that. Yes, I'm going to put the blame on our parents. All of us are causing our children to be sick by inaction, by passivity, by, oh, it's okay, they're kids. That is the wrong attitude, guys. And so I'm telling you, get fit yourself. It starts with nutrition, as I've said many times. Get rid of the garbage. Stop relying on it. Stop, stress eating, emotional eating. Get healthy. Put healthy food in your house. The kids may whine initially, but again, you have to be the example. You're the adult here. These kids are going to do whatever is easiest, whatever tastes good. Of course, if you leave a kid up to his own diet, they would eat ice cream and candy all day. And so it's up to you to stop that. And you got to step up. It's time to step up, guys, or we are heading for a disaster. We're already in a disaster. We've got to turn it around. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Have you been able to change your own life for the better and set the example for your kids? And has it rubbed off on your kids? I know with my children, they see what I'm doing, and many times they try to mimic what I'm doing. They want to do what dad's doing. And dads, and this is specifically dads, you should be a hero to your kids. You should be someone they look up to, they respect. They see you as someone who's not physically weak and incapable, but a strong, this is what dads are supposed to be. And many of us are falling short. I mean, your dads aren't supposed to be weak and sickly and obese. I mean, that's just ridiculous. This whole dad bod nonsense is nonsense. All right, it's time to be a man, time to be a woman. Step up, save your kids. All right, talk to you guys soon.